coming back from the defeat last week and then to a lesser extent, having had the win in midweek and then Liverpool taking that top 4 spot briefly after their win over Villa. How important was it that Chelsea won that game and won it convincingly?
Yeah, what he will have been encouraged by was the way they started the game. Didn't start well against West Brom last week. Thought it was just going to be another, we're on a flyer here, we're winning game after game. And the Premier League does catch out if you're not right, mentally in your approach. You can get beat by anyone. And that's never changed in the English game. So they got sloppy last week, they get the players sent off, they lose the game convincingly in the end. Then they have a good result in midweek. Today they put a marker down, they put West Brom to bed. That's been and gone. That can happen to even the very best teams. So they've put that to bed, upwards and onwards for Chelsea. When you look, if you're a school teacher marking Tuchel's performance since he's been in our country, nigh perfect, other than last week. So it's upwards and onwards for them. They had a very easy game today in my mind. They played against a Crystal Palace team that some of them, the majority of them were in their armchairs. They never made it a competition. They never made it a match today. They never got angry with Chelsea. It was the 66th minute before Mendy, the Chelsea goalkeeper, used his hands to pick a ball up. 66 minutes. That is impossible if you're at it. I'm talking from Palace's perspective. So for me, it was an easy game for Chelsea. They looked fabulous at times, but I'd have to question Palace's performance. They were not at it today.
Well, they realistically don't have much to play for because they're pretty much safe, even if not mathematically safe, in the Premier League. For Chelsea, though, they've got that Champions League qualification in their sights. They're in 4th place as things stand, but it is so close, Darren. They've got Liverpool a couple of points behind, West Ham a couple of points behind, and could go even better than that if they get a win across the weekend. Tottenham with an opportunity to get all 3 points and move closer. Everton with a game in hand on the teams above them. Well, what do you see happening in terms of that top 4 race? Because we're at the stage of the season where we're asking you for predictions.
Well, listen, it's down to the wire. Today you talk about Chelsea. Liverpool done their job earlier in terms of getting themselves into the top 4. Chelsea have just done theirs. Obviously, West Ham are playing Leicester, so they will kind of go against each other, and Spurs, Manchester United. But all they can keep doing is playing as well. I thought today is probably the most spectacular that I've seen them play under Thomas Tuchel. Although they didn't have to do much to be spectacular, because Crystal Palace were very passive, that's the best I've seen them play. And I do trust them under Thomas Tuchel going forward in terms of getting into that top 4. I do think it will be a straight battle between them and Liverpool. But certainly with the whole Champions League there as well. But the way he's lined them up, he's set them up, and with the squad rotation that he's got here, playing with no striker today, I do fancy Chelsea maybe to nick that last 4th spot.
Yeah, they have got that Champions League campaign that they're doing incredibly well on. Pole position in a tie against Porto, and they've got the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City.
Listen, they're in a great position. I said this before the game. When you look at the team that started for Chelsea today and look at the subs, I would put Chelsea as having the 2nd strongest squad in the Premier League behind City. I think City have an incredible squad. I'd go as far to say the best squad I've ever seen in English football, City. And I think Chelsea are the 2nd best group. So they've got, other than having an out-and-out 25 goals, 30 goals a season man, I think they're pretty near the finished article, Chelsea. Yeah. They get that, they'll be very dangerous from now on. And if they can land one in the summer, you never know. But I think, they're in a great place. I think they'll do the business on Porto and get through to the semi-final the first time in a long time. Was it 2014? So, they're in a great place. But when you're in their situation, it's all about the next game's the only one that matters. Now, for them, it's Porto, and then you put that to bed, then another tough league game. So they're in a great place right now. It'll be a great place to turn up for work on Monday morning for the staff and for all the players. But one bad result can change that mood. They've shown they can get beat by anyone after last week, but they also showed they bounced straight back and they were determined from the first minute to win that game today, and they were convincing. But the hard work's ahead for them.
You called it the 2nd best squad in the Premier League. Does that mean that come next season they should be challenging at the very top rather than racing for the top 4?
Kelly, I think other than, I don't know if Darren would agree, I think, they create so many chances. You look at the chances they created today, the amount of ball possession they had today. You need someone. You're not always going to have those chances, and you need someone who can put the ball in the net better than what they've got right now. And I think that's the only thing missing from that group of players. And then you factor in Mason Mount, 21, Hudson-Odoi, is he 20, 21, Pulic. They've got Zayat. They've got a lot of young players that theoretically should only get better next year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and obviously it's a club, Chelsea, as well, that have got a lot of money as well. So pretty much whoever's available, they can go and buy them as well.
No one's talking about them for the guy at Dortmund, Haaland. Would he ever go there? I'm sure the owner would have a go if he saw any encouragement this year that they could be the team to win the big trophies. You know, what's the big trophies? The two big trophies are up for grabs. His eyes are only on the league and the Champions League, Abramovich. I think he would go again. I think he would.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a lover of football.
And as Graeme was saying, the one thing that they are missing is a goal scorer who's going to get 25 goals a season. Haaland might just do that.
I think, listen, he certainly would do that. And I'm pretty sure they would have thought they had one in Werner. The way he started, I thought maybe they've got one here. But obviously his confidence is gone now. He didn't play today, he didn't feature. And with the clear-cut chances that they certainly created today, if they did have someone like a Haaland...
That's the only thing that's missing.
They would have won. They would have won today by 6-7.
And when you've got someone who's nicking goals for you and scoring for fun, everyone else gets better.
Yeah.
More confidence in the group.